Welcome, guys. Sunday. Freaking Sunday pumpy. Didn't expect that price action at all on Sunday or today, especially. But anyhow, let's move on and see what we're gonna watch out for next week because it looks okay. Not much change yet for it. Overall, we still in the mid of the range that I've been pointing out last week, Sunday and Wednesday as well. The drop from the high, what we came back from 92. We got back in the mid of the range and the low of it. It's still the technically on the low time from the V bottom, if you want to call that. It's been front run a little bit. My order's been a little bit skipped. That's only on Bitcoin. The rest of the whole list got filled up nicely. Just the things that I want to point out is that we are still middle of this whole range. And that's the mid volume area that we are. Above us, we have the bigger resistance that we are failing from constantly. That's the biggest volume, and the low volume, and the lowest one is on the low on this whole V bottom. This is decreasing as well, so be aware that we are still facing the biggest resistance above us, right? Growing on this Kayotaka is really nightmare, by the way. So still some bigs are coming in. We had a new low from the 1 hour that we dropped today already. So this is technically already breaking the structure to the downside. Set a new low, that's fine. And now we are starting to regaining. Seriously, we need to close anything above the 90K right now to get back at the underside retest for sure for this whole structure that we dropped. And as well, we get into the resistance of this whole volume. Still, we're not going to regain that and flip the whole point of control. Then we're going to talk about the highs that we settled. So far, this still can come down into the low. That's not going to be surprising at all to get back testing all of the swing failure that we had over here. This is well the 4-hour swing failure, and we have this block of bits below us. If that's going to be the support, then good. We can rebound from that, and then we have a continuation. If not, we still have some support left from this whole move, what we did. So not really talking about that we're going to get back in the 76 or 5 area yet. We're not going to break something. This is still middling, and this price action been way sideways, and then we had the drop, grab the liquidity, come back, and now we are settling the high. Let's see if we're going to break something. Just to mention, still long and short is increasing. Don't breaking anything yet for going higher up. So we're still increasing. We didn't come back even to the neutral line. So far, this is still technically continuation. So we're not going to regain anything again and see the whole flip of this bullshit shenanigans, whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, moving on the chart because there are some juicy things to talk about it. And the first thing first is the VIX. From the whole high up, we went into the 28-ish area. We get all the way back below the 17, and right now, exactly on this whole before this weekend, we started to broke the 15. This is super great. You really want that if you want to potentially have some up movement on the market or any volatility or to go higher up. This is the area that you want to be in it and stick with it. Like I even rather to do this whole range again. Maybe not till the 18, but somewhere like between the 16 and the 14 area. So yeah, this is the technical area that you want it to be on VIX. But as well, remember every single time we get that low or a new low, we technically as well quite opening up for this whole potential area to come back for it, right? I'm not saying to get to the high of it, but definitely into this area over here to retest that, right? But so far, we still could do anything like that. But potentially it's going to be good for the market. Then moving on Dixie, we broke the first low since this whole up movement. This is quite big because we settled, not only we settled new high and we closed above it, we broke quite significantly to the downside. That's the first low that we broke, right? That's fine, but we are still holding on this whole up movement support. So still we're not going to continue and going lower. This could go sideways or start to go back into the high for a retest and then failure, right? Because right now they start to get resistance while we are breaking the lows. As always as it gets, this is still potentially can go higher up. I'm not saying we can break anything, but still retest. retesting the resistance is something healthy to do as well for the market. But yeah, otherwise, we're still moving lower. So we're not gonna regain the 99.8 or 99.2 area. That's the area that we fail from. This low, keeping the price below that, you still open up to go lower and to break the 98. So potentially you want that, right? If you start to do this, then you aim to go over here. All right. So that's still, no matter what you are, how you're looking at the market, good price action for the DXY to go lower. Delta tree, I've been mentioning that, but I don't think people picked it up that heavily. So we had this whole down movement from the 1.19 trillion. We got back at 809, quite a drop, if you ask me. So far, we never did settle a higher high. Still was this the 4th of December. That's on the daily, the first higher high that we settled from the whole dump. Holding on the higher low, that starts to look like we start to change. Not only the structure, but as well the character, right? If we continue doing that movement. So we still could go a little bit lower into the 840 area. So that's still possible to get lower, not to break this low. That's the low that you need to hold. Going below that, you're going to sweep all of it into the 809-ish area. So this whole red bucket over here. That means not going to be changing anything because we're still going to be in continuation, right? If we set a new low. But if so not, now you really, because all of this been retested and all of this been retested as well, only thing what you need to do is to do something like this as a flip and go back at the bearish in the retest of the 987. So doing that, you know where the market is heading, right? So this is good. This is good for potential up movement and change for anything, or even going sideways for a while as well, right? Doing this is all fine, right? For it, all good so far. X still sideways, well below the 4.2 area. So yeah, that's still the resistance of the weekly high. So we settled. We didn't even come close into the 4.3 area. So right now, sideways, we could drop a little bit lower. Right, what I've been talking about, this whole pocket over here as small support. And if not, we might reach even the low, right? That's still potentially good for it. And then you still get the continuation. Just to mention as well, I almost forgot about it. You saw the notification as well. Like we broke into the 100 area of Netflix. So this is still continuation to the downside. Like I'm surprised about it. We even reached that area, but okay. That's fine. Not really aiming a lot from 94-ish. If we start to have a continuation, then my next area of TP, small one, because I'm still like in 30% of that whole trade. Now a little bit less because I took TP. So that's going to be 89 one, right? I seriously stopped caring about that, but it's still, this is still already a really nice move of 15%, right? So just mention it because I got a notification. I always forgot about that one. Moving on. Dominance. We had small change on that one as well. Same as the, what was that? The total tree. Had exact same movement to the downside. And now we start to do technically this. Right, even we could go even lower and then continue, but that's hold for the dominance is still right. But eventually we're gonna go higher up into the Bitcoin dominance, right? So overall market can go a little bit more sideways. If we're gonna do that, we on the dominance we really want to go lower to that. So still aiming to go back at 58. Should be nice if you reach that. That's the low that you can lose because then the 58.2 that's been already tested over here. You start to get into this whole pocket and the literally technically the whole support that you are aiming for start to get over here only. So be aware of that one. But flipping your previous daily high, what you said, oh, that's 59.6. You start to get into the underside retest of this whole block, but still hold us, right? This is not the high of the daily because we didn't regain technically anything. Still flat, sideways at the same price action. So this is the high that still matters as the highest one so far. So yeah, that's been overall the move what we hit. And right now let's have a look on the stuff. possible. Oh, IG trading view. So we're gonna wait for a second. It's gonna be reloading. How it's working. The whole market overview. We had really nice push from the bulls. That was really great, and we start to fail at the resistance. So, but after a regain of the high, so that's even fine. Nothing to worry about that. We start to stack the 150Ks. Axis above us. We took out today the 150. That was a little bit the push that we got from it. Quite nice, but still, overall, we fail even on the 4-hour and 1-hour on it. The structure to the downside, settle a new low. So right now, we need to regain the high to get back at this level. And look where all of those 150X stopped. That's literally the underside retest of this whole swing failure that we had. And then we have small, literally really small dead zone area of liquidity. So we could do potentially something like this. Right? Could be good as well. You have it both ways. Not much of the heat coming in from the bulls or the bears. We are still into that little bit that volume area below on the support that I was aiming for. That's the 86.8 area. That's the sticker side that we start to pile in, and we have a little bit more longs piling below all of that structure. I'm fine if we start to break that low, because then we're still holding on the prior one. Lower low, that's still okay. Don't mind if you're gonna break that little hip over here. But yeah, we start to get quite cool off on the oscillators, and technically as well already trend change coming in on the harmony. So good to see, and we are starting to squeeze a little bit on the capital flow index as well. So yeah, moving on that one, either packs start to decrease a little bit, so that's the sideways move that we are having right now. ETH start to pick up the pace as well, start to regain stuff. So I'm gonna look at that in a second. Bitcoin and the total is still below the neutral line, so there is still potential to have some major regain to go higher, and nice to see that the VIX and Dixie are below or reaching the -60 area. If you're gonna stay there, that's good for the market. If that start to bounce and get close into the mid area, then you know potentially what that's gonna happen and mean for the market. We have some movements on the market right now. We are decreasing on the volume income. So let's see if we're gonna hold it and then continue. If not, we might pulling a little bit more deeper back. It's still fine on some of the tokens, right? But yeah, moving on the pity. So going from the high time frame, gonna be much more easier. Still holding on the 84.8 level. So this is still the support that we hold, but yeah, aware that that support has been already quite tested. So even coming back in that one, we're gonna slide a little bit more into this area. But not yet something that we should worry about it. We still have a couple weeks to go, but this is something to keep in mind. Weekly start to get a little bit more interesting, but we're still holding on the weekly high over here. With previous weekly was bullish close. Let's see how this is gonna be. Technically, for the whole potential to go up movement, the only thing what you wait for is to close the weekly in positive, like bullish candle, no matter how you look at it. So then you start to have second positive weekly. That could be as well the move that we're gonna reach a little bit more higher up. The areas that they are a little bit more in between is the 100K to 105K, and then the underside retest of the 108. So there is potential, a lot of resistance above us. Not gonna be easy, by all means. And be aware if we not start, or this candle's gonna go a little bit lower as well, and we start to close it bearishly. So that's gonna be then the first candle that's open up and close bullishly in the weekly hold down movement. Because when then we're gonna have a continuation, that's gonna be your next point of resistance. That's the M pattern, what we always talk about, right? Hope that's as well a little bit clear. Be aware of that one. It all depends how the weekly is gonna close today. Yes, we are quite cooled off, but as well keep in mind that the cash flow start to get close to the neutral line. Doesn't mean it need to flip right now, but going into that one or below, we start to get negative cash outflow on the weekly. Last time we had it, That's been in June. Overall, it's been holding quite nicely. So yeah, this is still could be the continuation, right? Go higher. Daily. Have a look on the daily. So daily, that's the area that looks still quite good, right? This is the whole thing. What not only the total dominance and the Bitcoin is doing the same structure wise, and I've been saying like this is your line in the sand, really nice straight line. But overall, I mean the 86.3, that's the line that you really want to hold. Getting deeper into it, that's fine on the way. Coming close and close, anything above that, that's potentially getting into the highs of your previous failure, right? And then we start to get into this area, small hip, and of course another underside retest of this whole stuff. So that's technically as well the 100k. What you really need to flip, get back into it, into that range, that route resistance, and do some damage to the upside. Potentially, locally, it looks good, but there is still a lot of work to do, right? Overall, the 4 hour right now, what we're having, this was really freaking great buyback for the Sunday. Surprised about that. But still, remember, we need to close anything above this 90k, 89.8 to be exact on 4 hour. The 4 hour is going to be closing 2.5 hours, so be aware that this still have some time to go. And then the first technically resistance what you are aiming for is this 91.9. That's the underside retest of the whole swing failure that you had, right? We are still in the middle of the range. This is the high, this is the mid, this is the low. So potentially good, really good Sunday hold. I'm surprised about it. Not often you're gonna see it, but this is good. Potential to get back at the highs. Switching on all of the levels that I had drawn already from last week as well. Interesting stuff happened because there was small resistance over here that we kind of killed or took over. But then the whole biggest resistance is still over here. This is as well, people maybe don't realize it. This is the whole RSI flip that we did, right? We've been holding on that one, failing, retesting. So literally the biggest line in the sand is the 93.5 area. Flip that, you're getting back into resistance. After that, you can have nice pullback from it, but then hold on the support and then do something like that. That will be freaking bullish. We even go back at 100k, right? If you look at that, not losing the low right now, continue going higher, setting support above the underside retest. That will be most perfect scenario right now when the weekend's gonna open up. So with this structure on the mid range, not often happened, but if this is that strong, we have that strong buyback right now, and it literally skipped my orders because my orders, this is the green box have been all of my orders to fill, and I don't care if I'm skipped or not. I have like plenty other orders that will filled up. So yeah, that could be really, really strong movement into the next week. And then you start to fight all of this resistance. Getting into that, you're gonna slide quite quickly through all of this stuff and you get back at 100k. So first time in November 13 that we lost 100k. Quite a nice way. So yeah, this is good. This is really potentially good. How does the 1 hour look like? 1 hour didn't regain it yet. We are above, but we didn't close nothing yet above. So be aware. On top all of that, like I've been saying, we're getting back at the liquidity area, and that's the levels of 150Ks. So getting back at those ones, taking those all of them out, and look how perfectly they align with the underside retest, the small gap in between, and then you have the 4 hour swing failure with another resistance on top of you. So I will not be surprised if you're gonna do something like this, right? And then coming back at the low, holding this as support, that's you long, right? Because then that was your low, lower low, high, you regain that, right? And then you settle a new high, and you settle technically this whole pattern of moving upwards from it. But yeah. Let's see how that's going to be playing out. So far, you're just grabbing the liquidity above us. It could play both ways, either way. We did the whole move to the downside. We grab all the 50 and 100 X's. There is a small gap. I misunderstood that one. That's fine. Happens. I don't care. Now we are aiming to get a little bit more higher up. On top of all of that stuff, still we have some order blocks as well inside the resistance area. So that's overlapping. This is on 1 hour, quite heavily overlapping over here. Didn't see 4 on top of each other for a long time. We just settled a new one below us on the 1 hour. That could be aim for the support as well. And if you zoom out a little bit on the 4 hour, you're gonna see the bigger one stuff still intact, and the one that we just settled from this high is settled here as well in the 4 hour swing failure. So the one what I was aiming was technically over here. That was the could be nice support as well if you're gonna come back into it, so that can catch you up. If not, I'm still aiming for the low of the monthly and 4 hour low what we settled over here. But that could be as well the local bottom what we did a couple weeks ago. All potential. On the level sides, the only one that I'm really considering to regaining, it's not really, I mean, the weekly, yes, and the December, but still fine. But then the major one and the most important one for me is the yearly. Flipping that level, that's the, as well, the RSI flip, that's the yearly level, that's the resistance area, that's the whole order blocks what you're having here. All of that is compounding into this area over here. So no wonder that we are not really struggling, but we're taking time to regaining that, right? A lot of happening. So 93.5, that's the area that you need to flip and staying above. Staying above, then you're gonna start to get into this heavy stuff. You've been dropping from it. Okay? Yes, I agree. This is still continuation, right? So yeah, let's see how we're gonna end up this whole movement into it, and we already start to see the trend change. Unfortunately, we don't have the reversal sign. That didn't came right now. Maybe it might come back when we're gonna do something like this, right? Get into that juicy stuff. All possible. So yeah. 1 hour. How does that look like? Yeah, that on the side retest that's still here. Want to see the bands. Yeah, into the core trend. That's fine. 4 hour. Still heavy going into that one. Yeah, grabbing that. Going back, holding on the weekly and the December. Still aiming to go higher up. Right? Potentially. That move what we had from Tuesday, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, back exactly into the core trend. Been a while. Last time we've been there on the daily, it's been 11th of November, so quite long time. Not wondering that that was the good move to bounce from it. And right now we're gonna aim again from it. So it could be already weaker, but as well remember that the daily start to get a little bit more above the neutral line, right? So that's well potentially starting to get back into the overheating zone, and 12 hours is already quite heavily showing the reversal signs, but we still can go a little bit more higher, and that's going to be divergent as well if it's not already. Oh, no. But interesting stuff. Really good buyback. Really surprised about that one. After the setting this low, potentially we did settle, right? Don't forget it about that as well, because we've been breaking stuff. This low, what we settle, even that close on that one, the open and the close, that's still settling new low till this candle not gonna close above all of that stuff. Could be, definitely. But we still have 2.5 hours. So 2 more candles of 1 hour. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Definitely. Really interesting Sunday. Quite nice move as well. That sideways. Wrecked everyone to the downside. Grab the liquidity and try it again. Really nice. Didn't expect that. So yeah, good stuff on the bitty. Then move along. Um, hype, hype. Hype had a nice loss of the level, another low. And I've been as well mentioning from all of this whole move, like even below the 30, but 35, I've been saying as well, I'm buying the shit out of it. Spot wise, I'm seriously going heavy on it. So the spot been quite nice filled. We still have shitloads of orders to the downside, even I guess like around the 20 area or even lower. Don't remember about that one. And I'm already starting to bid on leverage long on it. With low leverage, but still building it out and see if I can get some more into that one, just because of the potential that we might start to reap. Right, we are getting close to the whole big ass RSI flip that we did on hype, so this is quite nice. From topping it, going back at the area where we started from. So already I'm looking into the potential bounce from it, right? So could continue, and I'm totally fine with it. I'm gonna buy even more on it, but overall, I'm waiting for any reversal sign. So right now you have quite weird, but it is what it is. Resistance above us. Not sure that if that's gonna hold us quite lower. Then the higher stuff start to get around the 33. Right. Right now, getting back at it. Right, set a new high, coming back at this one, and you start to change your whole up movement. That's what I'm looking for. Could be nice. And yeah, I think that's 4 bits that I had over here. So potentially right now, it's gonna be nice 25% movement if we start to get higher. So all good on hype. Still buying quite shitloads of it. And same thing, it goes for her. New low, and I mean, not really, not on the close. Oh, it didn't settle. I thought it set a new low. Freaking hell. It's a double one. Depends. I didn't check on hype yet, but I need to double check that one because I don't trust the gate one. Right, but still, potentially, right? New low, so there is some up movement of 30% into the previous high. That high been on the wick higher and not really on the close on the 4-hour, but still, I'm considering it as a high. But then, of course, we settled a new low from this whole area over here. That doesn't change anything, that I'm still gonna buy it. Then, injective. Bit of side movement, underside retest, fail from it, as I've been mentioning last week as well. On it, with my fail, we set a new low, then we didn't set a new high, so that was as well perfect resistance area. Getting back at it, I'm still right now. I'm considering to buy and fill in some leverage. Only 2 orders been filled from that one. Spot wise, it's a little bit different. I'm a little bit more heavy on that one. But leverage, I'm starting to look into the positioning myself into it, because when we start to receive the reversal on that one, we might even do some damage to the upside. So let's see how that's going to be playing out. A bit more on the on this. Right, we need to regain. We didn't get back at the high on 5.5-ish area, so let's see how we're gonna check on that one. We still could, though, a little bit lower, right? And then maybe, if not, get back at the resistance, coming back, and then like that. I really would like to do and to see something like this, either on injective and AVAX, same thing. Solana as well, quite heavy move to the downside, back at 128. And that was really nice test of this whole support. Same what I was thinking that Bitcoin's gonna do, and it didn't. And now we are moved away from the whole low. That's really nice. We are setting new high almost if we're gonna close right now on 1 hour and 30 minutes, and then you start to get back the high. So already on Solana, we are still slowly but really nicely putting a new highs in. This is the whole up movement of it. Right now, the only thing that I wanted from it is to close anything above 134. closing about above this whole structure, keep it as support. That's gonna be freaking awesome. So, and think that's all. Oh yeah, I was trying to look at this one as well. That was quite nice. See, this is what you want from Bitcoin as well. Closing right now into this resistance, coming back either into the support or even lower, no matter what. You are trying to get back at the resistance. If that starts to fail right now, that's gonna be heavy. You leave the wick over here. Just only retesting, on the side retesting the whole top, you might slide lower. The hour. This is as well make it or break it day. The close gonna depend how we're gonna carry on from tomorrow. Yeah, that's what you want as well, right? This is a really nice close over here. When getting back at the resistance, and you start to get back at the maybe 3.9, right? This whole up movement. Yes, there are some resistance on to the upside, but this is daily wise, so it's gonna take for maybe 2 weeks, maybe on 1 week, it's gonna reach out. So it's gonna be interesting. I like the oscillator as well. How to turn around. So interesting stuff. That's a lot of lines. But yeah. Really nice buyback. Really nice. Right. Let me have a look what you guys are getting about. If any. Oh yeah, that was all the no sound shit. Good. Eagle is sliding into the DMs. All firewoods. How are you guys doing? Any questions? Anything that you want to look at? Comment. Any preference on exchange? If not, I'm gonna use Bybit. That's weird that you stopped over here. You didn't even go higher. Okay. Mm, this is tested already. All of that stuff is tested. So when you're gonna reach your $200 area, I guess that's gonna be the 4 hour high. Broke the low. Put this. Okay. You are right now at the low of the previous 4 hour swing. Failure, but that's been already tested quite heavy. We're gonna skip that. We're gonna go into the high, and then you start to get back at the that retest. That one been already tested. That as well. This one as well. Not much actually to get through. So you could be quite lucky if you are already into the trend, because if you keep up with this and you start to get here, you have the underside retest coming back, and you start to flip that. That could be the whole continuation. That's all Gucci, but you are into. That looks good. Honestly, flip this whole 4 hour swing. Set a new high, right? Underside retesting, new high on it, coming back at the support, and then you start to do that. Yeah, keep your trend line below of the liquidity. That's nice. Is there any other blocks? Because there is not much that's gonna hold you. Right? I'm not even. I mean, yeah, just that's what I want to just point out. Like I was considering about this, right? That this could be a resistance, but that's the only one. Right? Quite small one as well. We're forming right now even bigger one. So yeah, it's squeezing, but it's good. I mean, Bible is gonna be the same, like the Binance, not much difference. Yeah, this stuff over here that could be a resistance a little bit. I will not worry about that. But then the bigger stuff start to get over here. Right, all of that stuff we've been failing from, and then this is heavy. We've been there already twice, and that's why. That's why I was like weird about it, because not only you have this overlapping shit over here, but you didn't like that wick. I'm not sure if this is real or fake. That whole fucking wick over here, because all of that stuff over here is super heavy, right? So if that's continue, that's gonna be your area to aim, right? So the technically, if you start to get back at that stuff, and I mean, you'd be lucky as well, because that's already like 1.5x you're gonna deal with. But yeah. So the most important stuff right now, for the whole, like this is locally, right? This stuff what you're doing locally. For high time frame, you need to flip 229. This stuff, you need to regain that for high time frame break of the structure, right? Because lovely trend lines, this is it. You need to break out from it. This is what you need to regain. This whole stuff. There's nothing else in between. Yeah. So there is still some work to do on that one. But potentially already a good start on the build up on that whole movement. Now it's only to hold it. Yeah. Resistance, resistance. Yeah, this is your whole flip. This was your whole flip. You need to regain that. So let's make it easier on you. This is your whole regain. And then you start to get higher into the highs of the resistance only. Oh yeah. Nice. Really nice. And let's say like locally what you're aiming for. You broke the low, of course, twice. Yes, you did it twice. But still, you broke on a structure twice. But then still this is your low, right? So what you're aiming for is high. Now on 1 hour, you need to flip this, right? And what you are right now into it, this overlapping stuff over here. So this is your 4-hour low, going to flip into the high. This is the high. Most perfect scenario is gonna be if you get back into it and hold it, right? Squeeze the shit out of it and then pop it. That's gonna be the most best scenario for this. When you get back into this area, failing this hip, it's not gonna hold you. And then you start got back in 172. Yep. So I hope this was a little bit clear. It's a bit messy because this I really like. I rarely look at this combo. I don't like the whole structure how it's forming, and as well, like I'm not sure if it's respecting all of the tests with those whole wicks what you have, right? All the tests what you did over here. I'm not sure if that's respectful as well, because if this stuff right over here you had this big ass wick of that's concerning to me a little bit, because you got the wick of fucking 40%. Went all the way down. So that's a liquidity grab. But then the other blocks are still there intact, even they are like freaking heavy overlapping. So that wick didn't do shit. And you're getting back at that levels, then that's your biggest resistance. And look at those other blocks. That's on the daily. All of that stuff, that's from the highs. This is from the lows. So this is freaking squeezing the shit out of it. This is you literally. This is your point of control right now. So okay, that's gonna be heavy. get through all of that shit. Honest with you, right now, I'm wondering what is that gonna look like. Low volume. Okay, what the fuck is this? You see that, guys? Flickering. Holding on it. It's a little bit low volume area. So potentially, what's wrong with it? Why is it flickering like that? But then you are aiming for this. This. See? That's above. So this is whole stuff. Right, this is the low volume area over here. There it is. Line in the sand. Fits. But yeah, a lot of work to do. So already, like, technically, you are still in a continuation. But overall, that this is it. This is continuation. Why? Because you've been doing all of that shit constantly. So if you're not gonna break this low by doing some shenanigans like that, you are fine. You are fine. You are ready to get back at the high, the resistance. That's what you need to watch out for. Going back at that low, then that's still in the whole breaking down movement. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. Hope it was welcome. Worth it as well. But yeah, this is the whole idea of it. That's why I like to do as well. Like zoom out a little bit on each other. Like look what you're doing. Like is this all similar? Yeah, it is. This, and freaking this. All of that is the same. So now the best part of it is flip it. Do we break anything to the downside? No, we didn't. Right? This didn't been broken. This didn't been broken. This didn't. So already, like if you flip the chart, this is the most easiest one what you can do. What's your aim? So already you starting to start to get really nice idea of this is the high, failure of the high. That's good. Another failure. That's good. Now you need to fail this. So that means you're gonna do something like that. Going back into resistance. Another failure, and then start to get back at the highs. That's this, or the lows technically right now. Now this is your moment or proof. What you gonna do, right? Hope that makes sense. Oh yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. At least a good beginning, right? So yeah, is there anything else? Overall, it's in the whole market doesn't react to it that much. I was expect. Oh, how's this doing, by the way? Fuck off. Oops. Okay. Broke that. Hmm. Oh, oof. Nice. How does it look like on the levels, by the way? I've been talking a lot about it, but good. I don't like that. Gaps. This is juicy. This is fine. Then you have that zone. small one, but this. And then, sorry, but this as well. That's small ones. I don't care about those ones. Yeah, still doing potentially what I was drawing. So it went to the freaking not on the high, but oh yeah, it thinks I think it's losing its peak time. Hmm. Back at the support. Interesting. Anything else that's can be interesting for people? But oh, okay. Mm, oh shit! Look at that. Oh low. Continuation. Still it is. Where did we get? To the T. Underside the high. I thought it was underside retest. That's the high. We already tested twice. Our third time. Yeah, I've been. I have a lot of bots set up already on 2 different accounts as well. But the one that I'm running for, like, to look at it, are those ones. So right now, PEX one, it's still in negative, but I don't care about it so much. It's still gonna be fine. Overall, Cake one, really good one. I had only 2 negative ones, one negative and one 50-50 because it took the TP and then it get stopped out. But that was before the update. Then 2 good ones. This one as well is good and got stopped out, right? But it took the TP on that one, so that's fine. And it was in break even. Arrow. Arrow, sorry. I found it a bit weird, and of course this was shit because it got the TP, but then break even and like yeah, missed out a little bit more on it. But then of course we got back on it. That's fine. Jupiter, really good one. That one been doing really really good. Just one trade because I just started it like a couple days ago. But yeah, that already paid out the whole subscription, if not twice. And then I just set up the with bot as well. And I have a couple more coming up. So yeah, just slowly by slowly using them. And like I've been saying as well, I'm gonna go a little more heavy on them. Just to test out how they're gonna be running when I'm not in front of the PC constantly. So that's gonna be from the 18th of December till the 5th of December because I'm going to Poland. And yes, I will do some streams and I will keep an eye on them, but not like I'm normally do. And then I'm gonna go a little bit more heavy on them and see how they're gonna perform. That's gonna be my stress testing. So, okay, this is as well like the mind matter of doing this. Like what you see as well on the chart. This is kind of like a journal, right? All of that stuff over here is journaling, right? I mean, the thumbs up, thumbs down, right? What does the trade this? And all of that stuff over here is showing you how deep it goes. The V2 is a version. Where did I needed to change this bot for the new version, right? So I change it over here. So I know I'm running V2 right now, and all of the trades over here might be different than I did them on here, right? So this is my whole journal. On top of that, I still have mine and using it as well. And which one I can show? That one, for example. So I'm still using this, my manual journal, right? So all of the stuff, right? I'm copying over, I'm having over here, and this is the whole bot what's already been testing it out and running it, right? With all of the information I need to have. So this is my manual journal, and this is my TradingView journal. So yeah, and the line is just the switch of the version of the bot. And that's how I keep track of everything like that. And I have the watch list. The watch list I'm running. This one, the WLD, I've been running it. I can show that as well. Maybe. Scalp one. I tested out, and it's fine if people like that, but I don't like that kind of like. I'm not. I didn't trade that over here, so fucking hell, that's a job. Yeah, I'm happy I did switch it off because it had first it was a good one, second was a good one as well. This one was break even straight, and that one was good one. That one was the last one, good one, lost, and then this was 50-50. So TP and then break even, right? And look at that. That pissed me off because it hit the break even and then run it freaking all the way over here, right? We had minus 9%. That pissed me off, and I said like, yeah, down. I'm not bothering with the scalp bots. It was fun to test it out and perform quite okay into the job, but this was maybe a bit too much. I'm not really that kind of a scalper anymore. I don't bother with it, so that's why I don't have it anymore. I used to. Yeah. But yeah, this is how the first small part I'm running. I have a second account on TradingView as well. And on Wonder Trading, I'm doing different things on the bot with the bots on them. And yeah, let's see how that's gonna performing. So far, great. Cake just did not hit TP for me. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, it can happen. And okay, man, I cannot. Maybe I shouldn't say that as well, because this is something like what I'm doing. So let's say I don't know, like take it with grain of salt. Like think about it before you're gonna use it, right? But I'm gonna tell you something how I like set things up. So, like for example, like it doesn't matter, right? Which ticker you do. All of those information which you have in here, right? This is great stuff. You should follow this, right? You should follow this. But what I'm doing, I know that the fucking market can be a little bit strange and like you having right now, RB, like your TP got front run it, right? And whatever, it got stopped out after that. Most of the times, all of those numbers for me, and that's personal, please do not take this as something you should do. Take it as a guidelines and maybe think about it when you're going to use it. I'm setting all of that stuff when I'm having over here, same thing, but front running a little bit like by like 0.1 or 2%, just in case I'm going to be front running on the market, right? There's nothing wrong with it to take TPs a little bit earlier, right? The percentage I keep the same, but then for example, over here, I'm having instead of 18, 17.5, right? Or over here, I'm not having 0.8, I'm having 0.7, whatever, right? Yes, I'm running it a little bit differently than people should do, but if you're new to it, stick to the plan, use that, and run it as it is. But if you are like having trouble and you see that the coin, which you are running on the board, front running a lot of stuff, then 0.5 not gonna change much, but you not might be front run it the next time, right? And your TP will be hit. But that's my point of view of it. And yeah, stuff works like it should work. So yeah, Jupiter is one of the greatest one already. With one trade, it's making freaking heavy money. Yeah. And that's how I keep track of everything as well. Like I'm setting everything on the trading view and as well on my spreadsheets. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to tracking all of that. If you have multiple bots, and people do have multiple bots. So yeah. All right. See ya. Yeah, RB. Happy that you're using them, and yeah, eventually they will do right. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Cake hit, but what did you have? Cake. Good. Yeah, that's this whole area. Let's see if mine took that deep. grabbed it. Well, it's good. It's great. It's awesome. Use it as it is. And yeah, let it run. Let it run. Let it make you money. That's why it. And this makes your life easier. So yeah. Who else is using the bots over here? Uh, I don't believe you, Eagle. I don't think you are using them. I don't think you are. Mm. Good stuff. Great stuff. You use this as well, like on the charts, right? Set it up on different tabs, set up the watch list, and yeah, make it your own journal. Like that, you know how many times did it win, how it win. Write it. Like keep this as well as your journal. If you don't want to keep track on Excel sheets or on whatever, yeah, keep it on the chart. Like that, you know exactly what happens and why some things happens. Damn it. Oh yeah, right now, interesting stuff. 1 hour is gonna close in 3 minutes, so that's already 1 hour starting to regaining this whole freaking sideways. But it's what it is. Still on the side retesting, right? So could be coming back and then doing the bigger move, or even better, like that. Filling this, back, close, up. So yeah, good stuff. And for the guys who like want a little bit more of information about it, like don't like of course you can do whatever you want if you are open for it, but I will not go crazy and set up like all of them, right, and let them run because that's going to be a little bit crazy. Like make sure you use, like for example, if you don't want to be aggressive on the packs, then use the growth packs on it. That's the stable one, but always gonna be referring to. If you using as well BitGet, then of course you should have, that's the standard one on BitGet, BGB. You should have that one, right? And Jupiter, that should be like one of the good ones as well on your side that you should run. And then, like for example, Cake for a bit more of movements. Fat is okay as well. With should be as well nice. So that's how you should separate them from each other and keep them like as well uh, as your own, right? You don't need to have like all of them your own because like every single bot like behaves a bit differently. Well, Gucci stuff. And we took all of them, right? One left. So look at that, like Sunday. What did we do? Sunday move. -2, +2. Yeah, there we have it. Both ways. Wiped all of them. So where do we go right now? Potentially higher, right? What we can expect in time frame for update on the bots, or should we just wait on the what do you mean update? Like on the bots what are already existing, or you mean update on the bot master itself, like overall the whole product? Oh, I mean, so I mean that's a like no-brainer, right? Like we all can think that there are gonna be like plenty more coming because this is just a startup list. There is like shitloads more what Eagle and Indigo are testing and running them and seeing the performance of them. So yeah, we're gonna they're gonna definitely like operate the whole list. I'm gonna coming more. And so the thing is, guys, be aware that this is like alive, right? This is not something set forever. Like you see already, DBR, it's ended. right? If the token's gonna perform really shitty, or there's gonna be something fundamentals changing to the token, then yeah, they gonna freaking delete it, right? You're gonna be aware of that one. Or like the updates are coming as well, like this stuff, like UI and like the convenience of it, the quality of life of it. Then yeah, that's all no-brainers that's gonna be coming up. So this gonna be upgraded. We are right now, like this is just the first week. Yeah, it is first week that we are running all of that stuff, right? So this is just the beginning, right? Right now they are like testing the waters, like how heavy they can go on stuff, and as well, like right now integrating the whole Telegram group into the Discord, right? What we are sitting, so the people coming in, we're gonna have like plus 100 new members coming in into the Discord, choose from the bot master, and that's gonna be upgraded. New videos coming up as well, and yeah, all of that stuff is gonna be just, it's still alive, right? And it will be like growing and expanding. Yeah. Oh, you mean the updates like on the time? Okay, so yeah, that's up to them. I have no clue how often they're gonna upgrade them. But I mean, yeah, weekly should be, I guess, the minimum, right? And over a month, like if you have a new monthly numbers coming in, you should be able like discuss like if that's gonna be a keeper, yes or no, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's so all of that stuff. Even yes, we have the scalp bot. That's why I'm not really like fan of it. This all of this stuff is long term. So if right now we just run it for a week, right? And I'm not sure how about you guys, but already in 3 days, my subscription for the botmaster got already paid off. So there it is, right? And we still have a month to go. So it's already making money. And if you get if you can pay it off your subscription from the botmaster, then you're set. The rest of it is profit, all profit. So I'm already set on that one, right? Technically, but then overall, this is super long term. It's not something that you run for a couple days and it's like, oh, okay, no, fine. Yeah, the scalp one, yeah, I decided to chop it because like I didn't bother much about it. I can those funds what I put into the scalp one, I can rather put in a better one for the long term and keep that one growing, right? So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. And keep in mind, like that's what I'm doing right now. We started from the December, right? Technically from beginning. I want to run the whole December, beginning of January. I'm gonna check how all of that got performed, how much profit it made, and what I need to do. Right? I'm gonna keep doing that. Then yeah, I'm gonna add to all of those bots more funds to it, so double it. And that's what I'm gonna measuring and like technically managing from January then, right? And see how that's gonna be behaving. That's the whole idea behind it. You are right now technically not a trader anymore. You are managing your bots. How do they do? How do they perform? What do I need to do on them? Like, what do I need to tweak? Is there anything to tweak? Do I need to add funds? Do I need to decrease them or whatever? That's what you do constantly. And this is the new kind of like an end game that we are forming. So yeah, great stuff. Ooh, nice. Getting back at that one. Nice one. So yeah, 1 hour start to flip, and it's quite aggressive on a Sunday, eh? Gee boy. That's an unexpected move of 3.5% from the lows. Nice, nice. Nice. Fire a bot. Yeah, I already did. I already fire a bot. Fucking hell, that's a nice 4 hour candle. Right? But yeah, keep this going. Get back into resistance and regain the high. And we are set. Right? Even if it skipped my freaking entry, how does the rest look like? I like that on hype. Okay, where the fuck is this 4-hour coming from? Should be here. Yeah. Nice buyback. This, I like that a lot. Either he didn't took all of my orders. Fuck's sake. Oh yeah. So you already know when Stu is coming, right? Because he will come sooner or later. You know what he's gonna say, right? On most of the tokens right now. So regain. Hang on. No, and he's gonna yapping about. Nice. Oh, AVEX was perfect. That hit was perfect. Love that. 4-hour swing. Hang on. Hang on. Man, did you got that? Did you got that long? It was here. Boy, that's a fucking 3.7%. Don't say, don't tell me you got stopped out on that one. I think your stop loss was 3%, right? On the cash flow. Boy, oh boy. Stopped? Ah, fuck. Sorry. Sorry for my French. Yeah, that sucks. Because that's... I get that, right? That you got that, but then that 4-hour was juicy. That was perfect. Yeah, but then you had the reverse, the trend change. Like, yeah, that sucks afterwards. Yeah, that sucks, man. Because that one was nice. You had that one, right? That whole up movement, and now you got stopped out on that one. Still in the short, technically. Yeah. Sleep on a Sunday. That's why you need to use bots. If you want to sleep, use the bots. They're gonna do it for you. That's the reason. I wonder if it's gonna last. If you're not gonna have the pullback. That I don't like that 1 hour fair value gap over here. Liquidity grab both ways, heavily grabbed. Jesus, that was really nice Sunday cleanup from both ways. Like that's been a long time we had that, bros. By the way, remember we are doing exact the same thing what we're doing over here, right? Just FYI, right? To let you know that this can happen. If that's happened, like I've been saying, then that's what we are aiming for. So, pass the evaluation. I wish to do. Nice. Cool. Gotcha. Yeah, the rest of them got hit. That's not really going deeper, but hey, it's what it is. Oh, and another trick. So, okay, for example, let's say right now, right? If you had all of the orders set like this and you got stepped in with one over here, right? Or two, maybe you got hit and it's running position. So, question, what are you doing now? Right? Easy as it is, right? You're waiting that the price gonna go higher. That's fine. You even can take a little bit profit, so you make more. If the price starts to come back, setting over here or even over here, like no matter what, right? Because that's your still continuation. You pull all of those orders, you put them into the new trade, right? Just maybe things that people don't realize or don't know how to deal with it. Don't jump the gun right now. Don't go like heavy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull and put it right now because it's going up. Yeah, we still could do this, right? Like I'm saying, this could be the same. So all good. Don't try to FOMO in anything. But yeah, I think there are no questions. It'll be nice and quick Sunday stream. Not much to say. Happy to be catching most of them. Bitcoin got front run, but that's, I mean, I don't care about that much. The rest of my watch list been hit quite nicely and heavy. So good stuff. Good. Watch for the 4 hour right now. That's the most important. We still have 1.5 hour, right, for it to close. So right now, where are we? I'm gonna set retest exactly on this 100x. So not gonna be surprised if you're gonna do something like this, coming back, right, and then that stuff, and maybe something like this could be fill this freaking wick. Be aware if this start to retrace fully before close, then yeah, it could be a bit worry. Overall, nice Sunday move. Freaking hell, been a while. Wasn't a price action like that. So see on the bits. March. Interesting. But yeah, happy days. Happy freaking days. Good continuation. Yeah. Good that we have that block over here. Potentially hold us. Like that. Yeah. Watch out for the Sunday open. Monday open, technically weekly open right now. So it's gonna be interesting. And I bet that we are getting close at above the weekly and a day sample. So that's gonna be fine and good that we gonna close above that. That will be awesome. So yeah. But be aware, this is still resistance. All of that stuff. Okay? Cool stuff. Coolio. I hope you all good. Enjoy the bots. And I will see you tomorrow on the market open. And if not, Wednesday it is. It's gonna be my last full week in Holland. And then I'm gonna start to pack and bounce from this country for a while. So yeah, have a good one. See you on the flip side. Take care.